And there you go, guys, a whole crispy fried This is, I can't even say the word fish today. Okay, fresh fish. Oh my God, say that like 10 times. Crispy fried fish, perfectly golden. I mean, just listen to the sound of that crispiness. Oh, I can't get over that crispy, so good. And then a beautiful sweet, sour, tangy sauce. Oh, this one, my friends, is a showstopper. My crispy fried fish with sweet and sour sauce. All right, guys, so I know that for a lot of people, deep frying a whole fish at home is going to be a slightly scary task. But it's okay, let's do it together. It's really not as hard as you think. I've got quite a few little tips for you to make it a little less scary. All right, let's talk about the fish first of all. So the fish I've got here today is what we call in Thailand bla grapong. Now, any kind of white fish is going to do well here, like a snapper or a sea bass. The thing that you're looking for is the freshest fish you can get. I know everyone always says that, but this is a great opportunity when you're doing a whole fish to actually look at how look at how fresh your fish is. Fresh fish. Oh my God, say that like 10 times. All right, let's have a look at our fish here now. I've got a beautiful clear eye here. So the eye should be nice and clear, not red. That tells you the fish is fresh. And also, if you run your fingers along the skin here, it just feels wet, doesn't feel slimy. And also the smell is, well, there's not much smell at all. It just should smell like the ocean. So there you go, tips for buying the fish. Now, what we want to do to prepare it is kind of score it. The scoring is going to allow more of the oil to get into the fish. It's going to crisp everything up better and let it cook evenly and more quickly. So just cut through here, and then every 3 centimeters or so, just do another little cut. Now the next thing we want to do is season the fish directly. So a lot of recipes and videos I've seen call for seasoning your flour. Now that doesn't get nearly enough salt, in my opinion, onto whatever it is you're actually putting in the flour. So go direct onto the fish, lots of salt. A lot of this salt will fall off, so be aggressive. Now get your fingers and really rub that salt in, get inside those cuts that we've made in the fish, and then the same on the other side. Okay, so that's looking good. Now, the other thing that you want to do, I should have mentioned it earlier actually, when you're buying your fish, you want to make sure that it's not too big. So if you have a look at putting the fish over the wok that you've got at home or your frying pan, a little bit of overhang is okay because we can kind of curl the fish over, but you don't want one that's not going to fit at all. So this one looks pretty good, a few centimeters overhang, that's good. And now I'll just test if our oil is hot enough. Okay, I can see lots of nice little bubbles there, so we're good to go. Now I've got some corn flour here. I like to dip my fish in some corn flour, or some rice flour is good as well, because it keeps the skin really nice and dry and will help us get a really crispy texture. Now you just want to pat off some of that excess flour. Just need the barest little coating there. Okay, now comes the danger mouse part. All right. Be careful because there is a lot of oil in this pan, so you want to slide your fish in away from your body. So just put him in, tail first, gently into his little bath of oil. You should hear and see that bubbling straight away. And as I said earlier, don't worry too much if there's a little bit of overhang here. So I've got a little bit of the tail, a little bit of the head hanging overboard, but I really want to concentrate on getting that crispy fish in the center first of all. And you can just use your spatula here just to flick a little bit of oil over any bits that aren't quite covered. And now this is going to take a lot longer than you think. I really want to keep this guy in here until I've got really crispy golden skin, and that's going to take about 15 or 20 minutes altogether. I'm going to flip him over every so often, and let's see how we go. This is where things can get dangerous, so be careful A spatula and a set of tongs usually is good in my book. So kind of just pick him up first on the side and then make sure you've got a really good grip before you flip him over. And there you go, see, easy. So we're almost there with the fish, a few more minutes. So that gives us some time to just whip up our little sweet and sour sauce. Now this is a really simple one. I just need a little bit of oil and some onion. Some capsicum. Just as that onion's starting to brown, I'm going to add in some fresh pineapple. The fresh pineapple is really key here. For me, a tinned pineapple, the pieces just kind of melt and it's just the wrong flavour. So if I don't have fresh pineapple, I'll generally just leave the pineapple out. But totally up to you guys. And now the saucy part, we want some brown sugar first of all, some pineapple juice, and then a little sprinkling of Chinese 5-spice. And this is really what makes this homemade sweet and sour really special, I think, that little hint of spice. And now for the seasonings, some soy sauce, some white vinegar. You definitely want some tang here to cut through the sweetness. And this may be controversial, but yes, I put ketchup in my sweet and sour sauce. I like the color, I like the flavor. Look, if you're a total purist, please leave it out. And if you want to get angry at me, you can in the comments down below. Now just give that a mix. So just let that bubble for like half a minute. I just want all those flavors to meld and make friends. Now I'm going to add in some corn flour that I've mixed with a little bit of water just to thicken everything up and get it nice and glossy. And that's it. Now all we need is our fish. So our fish is looking perfectly golden and crispy. Now use your spatula and tongs again. And this is where I just like to crisp up the tail and like bend the fish into a little bit of a curly shape. Just for a couple of minutes. And then now we can lift our fish out. And drain on some paper towel first of all. Okay, look at how crispy that looks, but don't take my word for it. Let's have a listen. That is the sound of perfect crispness. Oh, all right, let's get our fish out and let's get that beautiful sauce on top. Fish onto our serving plate. Now spoon that sauce over the top. I don't like to cover the whole fish in the sauce because we've gone to the trouble of getting that crispy skin. So let's keep it nice and crispy. And just because I love a little decorative vegetable at the end, I've got some spring onion that I've been soaking. I've just finely sliced it and I've been soaking it in some cold water so it's nice and curly. Totally retro, but so satisfying in my opinion. And there you go guys, a whole crispy fried frit. Can't even say the word fish today. So there you go guys, a whole crispy fried fish, and really not too difficult. It's not rocket science, you just got to be a little careful with that hot oil. Please be careful everyone, be safe. All right, let's have a look at how we've gone here. Let me just get a nice little piece here. So this is the sort of thing you want to be serving at the table. Bunch of friends, some steamed rice, some Asian greens. I just love that sweet tangy sauce and that fish that's beautifully seasoned and still really lovely and crisp. Such a great way to treat a whole fish. Yum. Enjoy this one, guys. If you've got any comments or questions, pop them below. And if you enjoyed the video, why not hit that subscribe button plus the little bell one, and that way you'll get notified every time I release a new video. Thanks, guys.